Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Daniela, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created this holiday look. It's a super sparkly eyeshadow and a red bold lip because I feel like that's what the holidays are about. So without further ado, if you want to see how I created this makeup look, then just keep on watching. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and get started with the makeup. The only two things on my face right now are my moisturizer, which is the Cetaphil, and I also have my SPF. This is the Elta MD. Those two things I always put on as soon as I get out of the shower, just so that they can start absorbing into my face as I'm doing the rest of my makeup. So to get started, we are going to do eyebrows. I always start with my eyebrows, then I do my eyes, and finish off with the face. So for eyebrows, I'm going to start off with this E.L.F pomade. This is in medium brown. And what I like to do with this is just carve out my eyebrows and then I do powder after. I'm going to be using the E.L.F Eyebrow Duo Ended brush. And as I mentioned before, all of the information on the products will be listed down below. So I like to outline my eyebrows first. Now, as you guys can see, my eyebrows are in no shape or form twins. They're like distant sisters. So just bear with me here. I like to make them as even as possible, but that doesn't always happen. So I just go with it. Once I'm done applying that pomade, I will go ahead with the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo. This is in the color Ebony. And I only really use the lighter side. So what I do with this is just kind of fill in my brows in the areas that the outline is not. To carve out my brows, I'm just going to be using the E.L.F Camo Hydrating Concealer, and this is in the color Medium Sand. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using the Morphe and Jeffree Star collaboration, and I want to start off with the color 1985. Is this one right here. It's just like a very neutral, almost like my eyelid shade, but better. So I'm going to run this all on my eyelid to make sure that that primer that we put in, which was the concealer, it's set and doesn't give us any creases. I didn't even tell you guys what brush I was using. I got this brush from BoxyCharm. This is the Moda M16 crease brush. It's tapered and I really like it. I also really like the grip of it. I feel like it gives me really good control of my eyeshadow. So now that that color is down, let's move on to deepening up the crease. I am going to be using this color right here. This is called Chanel. And I'm going to place this in my crease area. Oh, that color is a lot like more orangey than I want it to be. So let's just set it down and we'll pick another color in just 1 second. Yeah, this is definitely way too orange for what I'm going for. Alright guys, so since that color from the Jeffree Star palette didn't work for me for like the look that I'm going for, I'm actually gonna move on to the original Morphe 350M palette, and I'm going to use this color right here. As you guys can tell, it's a color that I love to use, and I'm going to place this right on my crease to start deepening up the crease area. Now let's go ahead and deepen up the outer V. I'm going to be using these two colors right here. They're just two different tones of brown, and with the same brush I'm actually going to place this on the outer V here and blend it out. I like to lift my eye, so when I place the eyeshadow in the outer V, I tend to place it higher up and create like a V shape here. And as you guys can notice, I am leaving the inner corner and the middle part of my eyelid empty because I'm going to apply a lighter and more glittery eyeshadow in that area. So let's deepen up that outer V a little bit more. I am going to grab a different brush. This is an AOA Studio. This is the E141 brush. This was literally $1 if you guys saw that video. And I'm going to grab this color right here and mix it with this other one. Top off the axis, and let's start applying darker shadow into the outer V. I swear my right eye is always so much harder to blend for some reason. Like the product always gets splotchy and does not want to blend in this outer area here. I don't know why. Like I do exactly the same thing as my left eye. Could it be because I'm a lefty and this eye is so much easier for me? I'm not sure, but it always does this, where like the product does not want to blend right in this area, no matter what I do. So most of the time I just let it be. Alright guys, so for the lid shade, we're gonna go back to the Jeffree Star palette, and I'm going to use Custom Rims and put that all over my lid. It's so pretty on its own. But if you guys want to wet your brush just to make sure that the product really adheres to the brush and to your eyelids, you guys can. And right off the bat I can tell that I have to deepen up my outer V more. But this is why I like to just kind of start off really slow and lighter. Because if you put too much dark eyeshadow first, it's almost like so hard and impossible to blend and make it lighter after, that I'll rather start light and put more eyeshadow when I need it after I take a look at how the look is coming along. Now, just a forewarning, you will have glitter everywhere. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's fallout everywhere. That's why I like to do my foundation and concealer after, because I can clean all this up and start off with like a really clean base. So this is what we're looking like right now. I'm going to start deepening up that crease a little bit more, and I'm actually going to just stay with this palette and use the color Hi Dude down here to deepen up the crease. This color is super pigmented. Alright guys, so this is the start of the show. I recently got these E.L.F liquid eyeshadows and I'm obsessed. This one specifically is in Disco Queen. Of course, it's the holiday season. If you don't have glitter on, what are you doing? So let's put this on top of where this silver is, just to really take this look up a notch. So to intensify that glittery shadow even more, let's go back to Custom Rims and apply that over the glittery E.L.F liquid eyeshadow. Wow, those two colors together are literally a perfect match. And just when you have glitter all over your face, you know you got something right. Now let me just use a makeup wipe here and try to remove as much of this glitter as I can. And I think for right now I want to leave the eyeshadow as it is and continue on with finishing the eyes, and then stepping back to see if there's anything that needs to be added or blended more, whatever the case may be. If you work with glitter, you know that no matter what you do, how much you wipe, your face will have specks of glitter everywhere, even days after you've done the makeup. So if you see glitter, just let it be. I'm going to move on to the face and do my primer. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil and Shine Control. I love this stuff. It makes my makeup last, and it also keeps me super matte throughout the day. For foundation, I'm going to be using two foundations that I love and swear by. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and this is the Nars Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I love these two combined, and I'm going to start off with the Double Wear just because it's really matte, but I like the Nars because the color matches me a little bit better. I'm gonna use a Real Techniques sponge. Because the eyes are so heavy and the eyeshadow is such a statement, I definitely want full coverage for my face. I don't know if the camera is picking up how much glitter is on my face, and it's kind of driving me crazy, but I have to let it go, otherwise I will spend all day here trying to take off every single speck of glitter that I see on my face, which will be impossible, first of all. Alright, let's move on to concealer. I'm going to be using these two shades. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. It's so good. I use two shades just because one is too dark and the other one is too light for me. So I'm going to be using Warm Nude and Warm Honey together. I first like to place the Warm Honey on. As you guys can see, it's almost like my skin color. So I put this on first. Then I will go ahead with Warm Nude. It's way too light for me. I will let that sit for a second just to kind of thicken up and be more full coverage. And in the meantime, I will use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I will go ahead and get that ready. I just put some on the cap. And let's start blending the concealer down here. Look how full coverage the foundation and concealer combo is. It's crazy. With the concealer out here, I try to clean up that eyeshadow a little bit more. So I just go ahead and lift it up out here. Now, before it starts to crease on me, I will use that Laura Mercier powder and bake. Because I am oily, I have to like bake my nose. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Life Liner in Very Vanta, which is just very black. And the only thing I don't like about this is that when you first pull it out, there's so much product on the tip, and I feel like I always have to like clean it up. But the product itself is really good. So let's go ahead and do our wing liner. Alright guys, so now that the eyeliner is done, again, it's kind of like my eyebrows are distant sisters. My eyeliner is usually just like a very far cousin, like a third cousin. They never look the same, but I just, I do them once and I don't try to fix them and make them even. Otherwise, I will end up with raccoon eyes and have like super thick eyeliner. So if they don't look the same, which I'm sure they don't, disregard it. As long as we have a wing liner once we put on the lashes and everything, hopefully it disguises a little bit more. But let's move on to mascara. I love these Essence mascaras. They're super inexpensive. I have the E.L.F Xtreme Curl and Volume, and this is the same like little E.L.F Xtreme, but this is the Crazy Volume only. So I'm going to apply this one to my top lashes. I put a coat on to get my lashes ready for falsies. Just like that. If I am not going to be wearing false lashes, then I layer the mascaras. I put on one coat, let it dry, and add on after. So the false lashes that I'm going to be using today are these Lily lashes in the style Miami. These lashes are so bomb. I don't know if you guys can see because of the reflection, but they are so wispy. You guys know the only lash glue that I use is the Kiss Lash Glue. And so I'm going to get my lashes ready. I use this little applicator that I bought from Amazon just to make the application of putting on lashes a little bit easier for me. So I apply the lash glue. And the key to falsies, as I've said before, is to let the glue get tacky, and then it's so much easier to apply the lashes. If you try to apply your lashes as soon as you apply the glue, they're going to be slipping and sliding everywhere, and it's going to be so hard to put on. So I put on the glue onto the lash and I just set them aside and let that dry a little bit. So as I'm waiting for my lash glue to dry and get tacky to apply the falsies, I'm going to apply the mascara to my bottom lashes. Now that the lashes are on, I will go ahead and remove the bake and apply my powder. So I like to use a kabuki brush. This is just from E.L.F. and I am obsessed with this Sephora micro smoothing powder. This is in the color tan number 35. And what I like to do is just dip my kabuki brush in here and press in the powder. I don't like to swipe because I feel like it removes the coverage from my foundation. So I press it in, and it also makes me like super matte throughout the whole day. Alright, so once I'm done with the powder, I am going to use a little bit of contour because we have a lot going on with the eyes and like this super flawless face. I need to add some like dimension back to my face. So I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild contouring palette. And let's grab my brush here. This is an E.L.F. I believe this is a blush brush, but I use it for contouring. So let's use that dark shade. I like to pinch the brush and just contour my nose a little bit again, making sure that everything is super blended so there is no harsh line. And because I do have that bun, let's put a little bit extra on this forehead. For blush today, I got this Morphe Spirit blush. I am not sure if it's gonna go with, you know, the look, but if not, we'll have something else. So let's give this a try. This is my AOA, just a blush brush. And add a little bit of that to my cheekbones. Now before I forget, I'm going to apply my E.L.F Wow Brow Gel just to, you know, clean it up and make sure that it's not a powdery eyebrow. Since we did bake and we did apply our face powder, sometimes that powder can stick to the eyebrows. So let's make sure that's all brushed through. And this will also set your brows so that they don't move through the day. So let's go ahead and finish off the lower lash line, and then we can finish out the look with the lips. I'm gonna be using this E.L.F retractable eyeliner and line my waterline and a little bit of my lash line with this. Alright, so I applied that eyeliner. Now I'm gonna go back to this Morphe and Jeffree Star eye palette and use this eyeshadow that we used in the outer V. It's called Hey Dude, and I'm gonna run this on my lash line. As you guys can see, I didn't apply that eyeliner all the way to the inner corner of my eye because I feel like it closes my eyes a little bit too much. So what I like to do is apply it a little bit more than halfway. Then with the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using on the lash line, I tend to just like rub it in, so it gives it more of like a fade look into the inner corner. Okay, so to finish off the look, let's do the traditional holiday red lip. I'm gonna be using this Wet n Wild lip liner in the color Berry Red to line my lips. I usually don't like wooden lip liners because I feel like they're super rough, but Wet n Wild does some really good lip liners. Once I line my lips and I fill it in, I'm gonna go in with this super red Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Last Liquid Catsuit in the color Messy and Fierce. Alright guys, and to set everything and lock the makeup in, I'm going to be using the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. And let's set the face. Alright guys, and that concludes this holiday makeup look. I wanted to create something fun and outside of the box for me because I don't usually play with like silver eyeshadows or, you know, a bold red lip when I have this much going on in my eyes. But whenever I think about the holiday season, I think about literally sparkly eyeshadow and a bold red lip. So I figured I had to do that for you guys and recreate something fun and very holiday-like. So that's what this look was about, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for watching my videos. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, and I'll see you guys in my next one.